Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you will be when you'll be watching me, so I'm just saying hello, blessings, and thank you for being here. On Sunday, we have the full moon, and as you know, we follow the energy of now, which is the energy of, we work with the energy of the full moon. And this full moon is bringing in a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unfinished business, a lot of unexpected expectations, good as well as bad. So people are having near death experiences, near accident experiences. Some people are actually going over and passing over people's death to them. So as we enter this full moon, which is in Pisces, it's deep. It's a water sign. It has depth, and the depth of the unconscious, the depth of wickedness, the depth of kindness, the depth of your soul, of your spirit, where even if you think you will never have a breakdown, you do. You have that dreaded breakdown, whether it's emotional, whether it's practical, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual. The challenge is for you to recognize it, that it's your breakdown. Whoever triggered it is not important. What is important is how you deal with that breakdown, that uncertainty, that unconsciousness that brings you into the conscious that is in need for the moon, this full moon, to shine its light on something that you perhaps never knew existed, and now it reveals its good head or its ugly head. The choice again is yours. You may decide to say, yes, this is a test and I'm going to win. Or you may decide to say, I can't deal with this. I'm going to give up. It's just too much for me. But I say to you, don't give up. It's just like this too will pass. Of course, when you're in the labyrinth of your mind and you're in the pain and the breakdown and the sudden unknown, you feel overwhelmed. You feel you can't cope. And this too will pass. However, it is during that time when you are going through that trauma, that dysfunction, that malfunction, it's like a burst tire. Can you still drive the car with a burst tire? Or can you go a little bit and then stop? Or perhaps before it bursts, or you see the signs, you take it to be changed. You see, usually life doesn't always warn us. Sometimes a burst tire warns us better than life. So my question for you with this full moon coming up on Sunday is, where will you be in the labyrinth of your mind with your life? Where will you be? Will you be searching? Will you be lost? What is your quest that you're on? Is it a soul quest? Is it a spiritual quest? Is it a mental quest? Is it an emotional quest? Is it a physical quest? Is it your health? Is it your state of mind where you can't put sentences together and you're losing it because you've just forgotten and you just feel disempowered by everything and everyone around you? Yeah, I understand. A few of you, oh hi everyone, I can just see all of you joining me. I posted a healing list, and one or two people said, yes, please, for me and my family, to receive a healing in all areas of our lives and release all that don't serve us on the highest good. And this is quite interesting because people are wanting healing. But even though healing is given, and I do it, and I've done this for years, please, as I give the healing, it is with the divine. It is not me healing. It is the divine. It's the source. It's the Tao. It's God, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit. It's the Tao hands. It's the hands of light. It's the legions of light helping me to help you to get better. And you take responsibility for your life so you get better. You see, it's about going that step further. Of course, you can lie down and just go, yes. And then you receive the healing. Whatever you do with that healing is your responsibility. If it doesn't work, you can't blame the healer, and you can't blame your mom or your dad or somebody else. You have to look deep within you, and that's what this full moon in Pisces is about, looking at the depth of your life. How ready are you to go into the depth of your life? Are you ready? Or do you still want to stay in the cocoon? And in that cocoon, you want to feel that you are right and everybody else is wrong because it just feels good to blame. No. When you are a legion of light, when you are a being of light, when you know that you're going to go through that trauma, you're going to come out of that dark hole, that labyrinth, that depth that this Piscean water energy throws you into, because at the extreme end is the practical Virgo, and that's just too difficult sometimes when you're so emotional. How can you think practical thoughts? How can you think practical thoughts when your emotions are all over the place? How can you move forward when you're having a mental breakdown? These are very, very tough times for everyone. Even the person that's smiling at you, you don't see them when their door is closed. You don't see the pain and the tears and the frustration because they're busy hiding it from you, because sometimes they're even hiding it from themselves. How often do we just tell a casual lie? How are you, fine? No, you're not fine, but it's easier because you see, most people don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to your pain. They just want to hear, oh, yes, I'm fine, and then move on to the next thing. And that's life. I'm not saying it shouldn't be or it should be. I'm saying life sometimes is not fair. When I lost my job, I remember my boss saying, but I said to my boss, I've been loyal to you. And she said, tough, life's not fair. And I was young and I smiled at her. One of my good lessons I learned when I was young. Thank you, dear old boss, when I used to work for you. Thank you for teaching me that wonderful lesson. I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. Because you see, I may have done that to her in a former life. So this energy of Piscean energy with this water sign, it can be quite complicated, but you could keep it simple, but it's difficult to keep it simple when you're going in the labyrinth of your mind and you're feeling overwhelmed by your own portal of pain, your own portal of distinction of merit, distinction in your pain, distinction in your merit, in the ownership of your pain, because you're finding it so difficult to let go. Come together at our moon gathering. We can let go. I can help you let go of that pain, that torture, that breakdown that is unbearable, absolutely unbearable. It's 1:11 on the 25th. So I have a quote here. Thank you all for watching. Who have I got? Art Geyser, thank you. Jelena, thank you. Jose Luis, thank you. Yantara Wayan, thank you. Marcia and Veronica, thank you all. Thank you all for watching. I'm in London. It's everyone's asleep. I just felt it was important today for us to prepare as we enter in this energy portal and to understand that darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And that's by Martin Luther King Jr. I'll read that again. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Only love. Love for yourself. Love for the situation you're in. Sometimes that is not easy. My client called me today and she said, oh, Tokes, you can't imagine what happened. I was driving this and then this happened. And then next thing, I got out of the car and the car drove off. It drove off. Tokes, is there something evil around me? And I went, you were protected. You were protected. Your mother had told me you were going to call me. I was expecting you. I was actually expecting her to call me 3 weeks ago. But I didn't have permission to call her. Just because I know doesn't mean I have permission. But I knew she'd be safe. She said, I need to come and see you. I need to come and see you. I said, you're protected. You don't need to come and see me. But yes, you can come and see me next week. However, you need to slow down. You need to not rush around. And you need to be more mindful and practical. When you're driving the car, make sure everything is switched off properly. Because often if you don't, the car is going to roll backward, it's going to roll forward. And no one got hurt. You were not in the car. You were safe. You were protected. And no one got hurt. So there's a lot of protection around you. And we've been working together for a long time. And also you have your protective forces protecting you around all this hard time. And sometimes we go into crisis before we know we need help, spiritual help, sacred help. How often are you feeding your soul and nurturing your soul? You're busy looking after your body, looking after your mind, your mindset, your money mindset, your physical mindset. And then we sort of let go our emotional, our spiritual. We let go and we give our power away to our mindset, to something that does not serve us. And it could be something that's giving our power away to someone who always undermines us. And yet we think that in their behavior, they're undermining us because they just don't know how valuable. We find an excuse. Will you stop finding an excuse for people who constantly put you down? Stop it. It doesn't serve your soul. It doesn't serve you. There's no need for you to want to do this. There's no need. So I think it's important. I've just got my phone here. I think it's important for us all to be aware of what trauma we're going in. And I've got here, my mother-in-law's funeral is on Tuesday, the 28th. So I will be asking the Hands of Light healing portal, because I send healing for 3 nights in a row to those who've asked for healing for free. I've been doing this for over 10 years. Let's not say how many years. So I will be sending healing as promised, as I've always done over the years, for 3 nights in a row from the day of the full moon and then 2 nights after. Okay, and I believe it falls in that caption for you, Marion Rigg. Please, for our family in Liverpool, my mother-in-law's funeral. So yes, we've got that. And I've got here, someone, no job, no money. Please, healing on receiving, miracle paying my rent. Harmony in relationships. My ex-son, my ex, myself for a broken marriage. You see, life is difficult. Life is painful. We always need help. We can't always do things on our own. So of course we ask people we can trust. We ask people we believe will help us. I'm one of those that people constantly ask for help. It is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a privilege because I am serving you. I live to serve humanity. So when I have an email or a message like this, it fills my heart with joy because I'm fulfilling my mission. I'm constantly refining. So my skills and wanting to refine and help people shift. So the shift is I work on a soul vibration and I send healing on the day of the moon and 2 nights after, always to those who have asked. So yes, I read every single thing that is there for peace of mind and spirit, to live life without fear. Fear is usually in the kidney. The color for the kidney is blue, so you could breathe in blue light into the kidney and then just breathe out the fear. Fear immobilizes us. Fear frightens us. So we see that there's a lot of fear, and fear is kidney. Anger is usually in the liver. So it's the color for the liver is green. So you could breathe in green color into your liver and just breathe out. And the lungs, that holds grief. The color for the lungs is white. Breathing white and just breathe out. Now, these are just simple exercises that I share with you today to help you with the process of what this vibration is, and it's so important. Now, so I've talked about the concept of disempowerment with this water energy. The disempowerment is so real. Sometimes you feel it more than it is. You feel it and you're paralyzed with fear. Or so what needs to die, or what you need to let go, what needs to be celebrated as well. So you could celebrate the fact that you didn't give up on yourself. You could celebrate that you're still here. You could celebrate. You could. Why not? Why not? So tonight, of course, I could be in bed. But I've got such a full day, the next 2 days, right up to the full moon. And on the full moon, I know I'll be sending healing. I have my workshop, which is also on Zoom. And some people will be here. But those who can't can always connect on Zoom. And we'll be sending healing. And we're doing some meditation and shifting those blockages that you're finding so hard. Because my training, my years of training have empowered me to be able to do this. But not everything I can do, and I don't do it on my own, because I have the legions of light, I have Tao hands, I have the source, I have God, Buddha, Allah, great spirit, and of course I have you. Why do I have you? Because you are also going to activate your own healing energy. You're going to activate yourself, your own confidence. And with the healing energy being sent to you from source, you're going to get better. I believe this. I really and truly believe this. Okay? Also on the full moon, there's a ceremony that's called, I'm going to have to read it because I can't pronounce it, Rakshi Bandhan. If I've said it wrong, please, I apologize. But it's when the sister ties a lovely thread on the brother's hand. It's sort of a Hindu, Buddhist kind of thing. And the tying of the string around the wrist is a symbol of bond. So it doesn't matter if she's married or not married. That ritual is that even when she gets married, she's connected to her own original family and, of course, to her brother. And even though she's married or with someone else, her brother says, even when you leave the home, I will protect you. I'm here for you. It reminded me of my brother. It was my birthday, and we went for dinner. I had a few friends with me. My partner was paying for the bill. My brother got up. And my brother got up and went to pay for the bill. He wouldn't let my partner pay. He wanted to pay the whole table. That's what we always do in the family, tradition. So he split the bill. And I was so happy that my partner was gracious enough to allow my brother to do this, you see? Because it's also when you have a brother who's protective. I'm not married. I've never been married. I don't have kids. I lost all my kids. I was told that my mission was to serve humanity, not to have a family. So I've been doing that. So what was so important and fabulous was how my brother got up and walked and paid half the bill for everyone at the table. And everybody brought out their money to pay. I went, what are you doing? No, you're not paying. My brother pays. And my partner is here. I mean, the idea that I would pay, my brother would have just gone hysterical. He wouldn't approve of that. Even when I try and take him out for lunch or dinner, it's very difficult to pay. But it's the tradition. I'm his older sister. He loves me very much. He's the youngest. He loves me so much. He just wants to nurture me. So thank you, Divine. Thank you, Tao. Thank you, Source. Thank you for giving me a brother like this and a partner who loves me now. Took me a while to find someone like this, but I'm very grateful. But then I was doing a lot of healing work. So, and then there's the energy with this energy of why can't they just be a little bit like me? Why are they so infuriating? And then you have the sirens, the loud noises, the and you feel like you want to stab them, and you feel of rage and fury. That emotion that just wells up from you, you don't even know where it's come from. It's the emotion. It's buried. It's buried. That's what it is. It's buried. It's unexpected. And I have someone saying, please pray for us. What's happened to us in Hawaii? Pray for us. God, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit, the Source, Tao. Send healing, send healing, send healing, send healing. I am sending healing. There's a lot of other members and healers and powerful people. Our hierarchy, God, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit, Ascended Masters, the 8 Immortals are sending healing to Hawaii. Hawaii is a powerful vortex, a space, an invaluable place. It's protected. It will be protected. May it always be protected. Oh, and so it is. With the energy of this full moon, we can see a lot is happening. The waves, the waters are shifting consciousness. Things are happening that we don't even know if we want them to happen. And yet, once they do, we have to take action. I had a function to go to. I had to rush off to spend the day with my mother. She's 84. She was feeling vulnerable and frightened. Why? Because the doctors had given her a diagnosis that was frightening, and I didn't know what to say. So I just listened and I heard and I smiled and we changed the topic. And I thought, how can I best support my mother? So we got her flowers, we went to visit her, we stayed for a while, and she said, you've taken my worries away. They've lifted off me. You've taken them away. My mother said that to me. If you knew anything about my history with my mother, that is karmic change. That's turning poison to medicine. That is when you know that the work you do works. It may take years, it may take days. Hey, it doesn't matter. I got here a quote. It does not matter how slow you go, as long as you do not stop. It does not matter how slow you go, as long as you do not stop. You know who that was by? Confucius. Yes, I just love Confucius, don't you? The name sounds like confusion. But in our confusion, he gives a solution. So we need the confusion to get the Confucius. I love that. Deep respect to your memory, sir. So this feeling vulnerable, this unexplained vulnerability and frustration and fear, even fear of your life, fear of death, is so prevalent with this vibration of this full moon in Pisces. It's like there's a depth, like the vortex of emotion and comes. And it was important for me to leave my mother in her flat so happy. When she called me this afternoon, she said, "Oh, Turks, I just want to say thank you to you. I had a what was it, porridge with bananas. I don't have porridge with bananas, but my mother. We got her some fruits and everything. I had porridge with bananas, and I'm gonna have my oranges." And the joy in her heart, the joy in her voice, and remembering her swinging her feet when she saw us with the flowers, priceless. Please show kindness to your family, no matter what history you have. It's a test, a spiritual test. Make sure you learn the lesson and move on. You don't want it to come back later on in a few days' time, a few years, or you don't want it to come back in another lifetime and have a lesson because you didn't learn the lesson. Learn the lesson and move on. Learn the lesson. What's the lesson? Perhaps it's kindness, perhaps it's compassion, perhaps it's just to show that you're just such a great person and you have more forgiveness and more kindness in you. I'll be running a 8-week forgiveness Zoom exercise starting after the full moon, I think the 1st of September, for 8 weeks. Forgiveness, an hour a week, forgiveness. I'll talk about that another time. So, so Sunday is water and emotion, and it's loss, it's breakdown, it's lashing, it's anger, frustration. It's going into the depth of your being. It's allocating sacred time and sacred space for yourself, for your soul, for your mind, for your body. So right now, if you're going through that sort of breakdown or chaos, stop. Take time. Sleep. Sleep for 3 hours. Sleep. Sleep for an hour. Shut everything up. Turn off the phone. Turn off the TV. Turn off the computer and sleep. And put everything to silent. Sleep for at least 3 hours. If you can sleep for more, please sleep for more. Turn off. Turn off just for a while. And then get up and continue. Sometimes we just need to turn off. And if you can't, try 15 minutes. Just go and sit on the toilet. Sit there. Sit. 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 15 minutes. Sit. And just breathe. If that's the way you can have 15 minutes of space, go do it. It serves your soul. It nurtures you. It connects you back to yourself. Yourself, the source of yourself. You see, your first home is your body. That is your first home. Honor it. Prepare it. Create sacred space. Honor your emotions. Honor the depth of your being. Touch and heal. If you want to come to a place where you just, wouldn't you like a life where you touch something and there is healing? Touch and heal. Touch and heal. Touch and heal. That would be great. So I think that's important in the end. Okay, if you end this live video, you'll be able to choose if you want to say, okay, I don't know what to do. Do you want to end this live with no cancel? I have no idea what all these things mean. I don't know why it's coming when I don't want it to come. You see, unexpected things, unexplained things. You just read the instruction and you follow it. Okay, no, I don't want the video to end, so I still have something to say. And I couldn't sleep because I had to like my guy kept, gotta go on, you gotta go on, you gotta pass on. So it's about opening to more, opening to your spiritual quest, opening to your soul quest. There's a huge amount of light that's coming in the month of August. As I mentioned before, August is a holy month, and we know the Hindus, the Neasden temple, Hindu temple in Neasden is celebrating the month of August as a holy month, right? So there's a huge amount of light coming in, but sometimes we cannot take in that light. It's too much for our body. So when we're sending healing, we say it's appropriate for each person. When we're sending distant healing, it's appropriate for that person, right? So be aware that we are wanting your happiness. We are aware of your unhappiness. We are concentrating on your happiness and your transformation and your healing. We are asking, how often do you take time to purify your soul? How often do you pray? Do you meditate? Do you light a candle for yourself, for your ancestors? And did you know that working on your soul, working on your auric field, working on your soul filters to your mind, body, and spirit? Working on your soul filters on your auric field, your mental body, and your physical and your emotion. So the soul is boss. The soul is boss, not your mind, not your emotion, not your body. The soul. Work on the soul, activate the soul, and the soul will fix everything else. So on Sunday, on the full moon, I'll be sending some healing from as usual, from the Hands of Light Healing Portal. I'll be sending some Tao healing. I'll be doing connecting the actual healing team. It's lots of things. The crystal singing bowls, invoking, chanting, and looking after the people who come to the meditation. I look forward to seeing you. If I don't see you there, I may see you etherically because you've gone and asked for healing. So I'll get the link for the meditation to be posted below, maybe not tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all. Please take special care. Please share this video. And may I thank you all for watching. I've got Art, thank you. Art, thank you. Jelena, thank you. Jose, thank you. Yanta, thank you. Marcia, thank you. Veronica, thank you. Alex, thank you. Vivian, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. May you be blessed today and always. May that which you crave and you are wanting to shift happen today for you within the next 3 hours. May something manifest in your life that shifts. And in the next 3 days, as you enter into the portal in a day or two, may the shift that you want be manifest with the energy of the full moon. And the next 2 days after, may that which you are wanting, you're wanting with your heart, with a pure intention that feeds and nourishes your soul, may that manifest for you only if it is the right and it is the right thing for you and the right frequency. Only good comes to you and only good comes out of you. So thank you everyone else who's watching that's not here. Thank you, thank you. I think it's time for me to go to bed and continue. No one's asked any questions, so I thank you and I leave you. I wanted to talk about the energy of now. I hope that's been helpful. I know all of you listening are very powerful people, and I'm honored that you're here online sharing this time, this existence, my moment here with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Vishnu says hello. Okay. Bye. So I'll see you at the full moon, my meditation, if you're coming. And if not, I'll see you around when I'm journeying around. And if I see you and I don't say hello, please, I may not have seen you. Don't ever think I ignore you. Just say, Tokes, I saw you live. Let me give you a hug and let's give each other a hug. Okay? No questions? Okay. I better go. Time to go. Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Bye. Bye. Happy full moon. See you soon. See you soon. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Source. Thank you, the Tao. Thank you, Ascended Masters. Thank you, Legions of Light. Thank you, Mortals. Thank you, you. Thank you for being here on earth. Thank you for all the great work you all do. So blessings to you on watching me now and watching me later. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Only good comes to you and only good comes out of you. Love you, love you, love you. Bye. It's time to end. Bye.